because I'm just a tiny little Singaporean in this place that is meant to attract tourists from China, from India, from all over the world, and their dietary preferences are more important than my own as a Singaporean, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to eat that chicken bolognese
Or
dish
plant-based.
or plant-based mutton curry prata. Those are my only two options.
The plight.
So, but it's real, right? It's true when you start to think about cost effectiveness or who your target audience is and all that. If the Singaporean is not considered in there, we are such a small minority, like Singaporeans, right? Then we don't need to be catered to at all. And it just can be, as long as you cater to the largest groups of tourists and all that, then that's all it be. End up, you feel like, although there's more variety or types, but I felt quite limited in my choices.
Which is contrary to the exact thing Chee Hong Tat is saying.
Exactly,
right?
yeah, that's why.
It's not reductionist, it's an enhancement. And also another thing, he was kind of mentioning that it is our duty to integrate and all. The reason why I would imagine in the 60s and 70s there was more integration. Let's say my dad, right? He left India when he was 16 and his whole family uprooted and came here. The only way for him to communicate with whatever family he had back in India was like a very expensive phone call or writing letters. So of course, humans tend to be social by nature. You need to survive. You are forced to interact. Right? Now, you can literally go to a country and you can have a very active social life without actually talking to people in person. You can keep in touch with your family. You can read media from your previous home. Almost the incentive to integrate is lacking. So even when foreigners come and they don't integrate, can you really blame them also? Of course, I would like to think in the ideal world, you go to a country, it is your prerogative to want to integrate. But then, human beings, you need to look at what is the push factor.
Correct.
Why is there a need to integrate? I have met foreigners who are based in Singapore, on maybe the more higher earning incomes, who have never been to places like Tampines. They're like, why should I go there? I'm like, actually, why should you go to Tampines if you don't have anything to do, right? To do that. So then it becomes like, what are the incentives? There's no incentive to integrate. Then you make this kind of statement, then you're making me feel like I'm not doing my job. This is Yala.
Don't just stop there.
Listen to the full episodes on all streaming platforms.
Link in bio.